that we have been doing since we have been part of the Carle system. And we've chosen a little spot out here in the chapel garden, and the purpose of this really is to provide a place and an opportunity for some reflection for John's friends and co-workers to have a place to be and to go at times when they need to think about him. The idea behind this is really, frankly, people spend a lot of time at work. Really, sometimes we spend more time at work, right, than we do with our own families sometimes. And a big chunk of our lives is spent with the people who oftentimes become kind of a second family to one another. And this group has shown for quite a while just how important John has been to them in the decades, literally decades, that he's been a part of this institution and a part of this larger BroMenn family. And so this is our way of honoring that relationship and the idea that although he isn't part of us physically anymore, the relationship hasn't ceased. And so we are just taking this time to recognize that and create that space. I'd like to point out that that this is often something that we do actually a little bit earlier, a little bit closer to the time of the person's passing. And it's now April, and it's been a few months. And I want to acknowledge that it has been a few months. We've been over the winter and so forth, but we also we might have done this a bit earlier, but the choice was made to do this now, when this group might be able to come together and go out and have lunch together afterwards. And I think that was an intentional decision to make that possible. And I think it says something about how close this department, right? That's such a weird word in a situation like this, because you're not just a department, right? You all are a family, a team of relationships, of human beings. And I think even waiting this time until everyone could be together is powerful. So a word about where we place the flags. This little corner of the chapel garden actually is a place, and you'll see there are 2 flags out there already. Unfortunately, we've had a couple of other losses so far in the last few months on our Carle BroMenn family. But this corner of the chapel garden for decades, actually, even before we were part of Carle, was a place that had kind of become sacred already, because some of our families who have been grieving the loss of a very young child had placed a stone out there as a memorial, and it has become a place where families come to return and spend some time in reflection. And so when we thought, where can we place these flags, it just seemed like the most appropriate place of all. And so that's where we've chosen. I don't want to be the only one to do all the talking. I also don't want to put anybody on the spot, so thank you.
John's memory is strong in me and in us.
So please.
There has not been a day that has gone by that I haven't thought about John. And it could be when I'm preparing food. It could be when I'm working on some software that John was involved in. It just, I don't know that I've ever had the memory like I have of John. It's not going away, and it's always good thoughts. It's always beautiful. So,
Thank you.
Are there others who want to say a word? I don't want to put anybody on the spot, but you've had a few months now for some perspective, and I wonder how he continues to linger among you.
How important it was for our department, just how he was just all integrated with everything that we do. He was a part of something of that.
Yeah. And I think, Kim, not to put you on the spot, but that's something even beforehand you and I were talking about, right?
Yeah.
About how flowing through so many different things that you don't even realize until you're missing somebody.
Yeah.
How present they were, and they continue to be in those ways.
You know, also, I have another random thought. I'm sorry. I find myself driving down the street, and there will be a boy walking, and I'm like, "Is that Connor?" and it's weird. It's like, and there's kids that might look like him, but
They all
he's
look alike.
you and him are my thoughts as well. I mean, just yesterday, I think I almost got in an accident. I was cranking.
Thank you. You guys were all family to him. You really were. All of you.
One thing that, John was always, putting out ideas for lunch. Where are we going to go? Where are we going to go? And I know part of that was food, but I think part of it was the community aspect of it. Everybody, let's go, let's sit down, let's eat, let's share time and be part of everybody's lives.
And I think that you all are busy people. I know you all are busy people, and yet you show up for one another. And this isn't the first time, right? A few months ago, we were having some of these conversations, and everybody is here, and that's so meaningful. Yeah. I give thanks that he is a part of our community. So with that in mind, I want to share this little flag. And while I'm, if you could pass, let me have one, please. So we have a little flag here, and I want to say a word about this flag. It's simply a piece of cloth, and it has a name on it, and it's going to be outside for the next through the end of the year. And I tend to be kind of a sentimental person, and I don't think that when an object like this is placed like this, that it's something that just can be disposed of, even if it is a bit tattered at the end of the year. It's going to be outside for the year, and at the end of the year, it will be taken down, but it won't be disposed of. Scott, I will give it to you, and you may make a decision about how to, what to do with this flag afterwards. I want to just give you a warning that it may not look as neat and tidy and well pressed as it is today. But in a way, that to me is even more meaningful, because we don't get through life without scars. All of us have scars. That's part of living. Everybody gets gray hairs, they get wrinkles, they get scars. That's just part of life. And to me, that a person is no less sacred or valued because of that. And that's, to me, part of what this flag will tell us in a few months. So we'll give that to you as well. I don't know if anybody would like to help me place it, but I'd like to read a prayer that we've written on the back of this card. And each of you will have his picture as well. So, please. Source of life, we mark this spot as a memorial for the life of John, whose departure we continue to grieve, whose good works and friendships we celebrate, whose memories are woven into our hearts, holding the future in hope and the past in compassion and gratitude. We remember John and all those whom we love but see no longer. Give them peace and make light perpetual shine upon them. Make this flag a reminder that John's life was a gift and a treasure to those who love him. Deal graciously with those who mourn, so that their cherished memories of John might bring them comfort. Make his memory a blessing, and fill all of us with wisdom and power
to continue the work that lies ahead. Amen.
Amen. Would anybody like to help place this? Yeah. You may put it where you prefer there. And then we'll have some time at the end. Everyone is welcome to take a look or linger and talk and stay as long as you want to. That concludes the official part of this. Go in peace.
Thank you, Molly.